Every spy movie you've ever seen, every pistol hidden in a pen, every map sewn into a suit, every explosive disguised as coal, it all started with one man, a quiet chemist from Boston, a man the world was told to forget. His name was Stanley P. Lovell. In 1942, he was recruited by America's first spy agency, the Office of Strategic Services, or OSS, the secret forerunner to the CIA. His title? Director of Research and Development. His mission? Make the impossible real. He built gadgets so advanced they seemed like science fiction. A pistol that looked like a fountain pen, explosive coal that could blow up a train, silk maps hidden in buttons, poison in toothpaste for agents behind enemy lines. He was the real Q, decades before James Bond ever existed. But when the war ended, his superiors gave him one final order: burn it all. The world must never know. And so he destroyed every blueprint, every note, every photograph. He erased his own legacy to protect his country. This is the story of the man who armed the Allies with invisible weapons and was erased from history. Stanley Phillips Lovell was born in 1895 in Rochester, New York. A time when America was still finding its place in the world. He studied chemistry at MIT, not for fame, but for curiosity. He believed science should serve humanity, not destroy it. By the 1930s, he ran his own chemical company, Lovell Chemicals. He developed dyes, adhesives, industrial solvents, the quiet backbone of American industry. He was respected, but unknown to the public. Then came December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor. America was at war. In 1942, a man named William Wild Bill Donovan, head of the newly formed OSS, called Lovell. Donovan said, "We need a man who can turn chemistry into weapons. Not bombs, but tools of deception." Lovell didn't hesitate. He closed his company. He moved to Washington, D.C., and he set up a lab in a nondescript building near the National Mall. His team? A handful of chemists, engineers, and former magicians. Their motto? If it works, it's not magic, it's science. The OSS needed tools for agents dropped behind enemy lines. Men and women with no backup, no weapons, only their wits. Lovell gave them the impossible, the pistol pen, a .22 caliber gun disguised as a Parker fountain pen, silent, concealable, deadly at close range, used by agents in occupied France to eliminate informants. Explosive coal, blocks of coal laced with high explosives, dropped into enemy train engines. When the fire heated them, boom, sabotaged entire supply lines. Silk maps, waterproof, tear-resistant maps of escape routes, hidden in the lining of uniforms, inside buttons, even in playing cards, helped hundreds of downed pilots evade capture. Lipstick pistol, the kiss of death. A single-shot gun hidden in a tube of lipstick, issued to female agents in Nazi-occupied Europe. Toothpaste poison, cyanide capsules disguised as dental hygiene, for agents who preferred death to torture. Lovell even developed invisible ink that only appeared under UV light and microdots. Entire documents shrunk to the size of a period. General Eisenhower once said, "The OSS shortened the war by 6 months." And behind every OSS success was Lovell's lab. But Lovell never sought glory. He worked in secrecy. His name never appeared in newspapers, his face never on newsreels. In 1945, the war ended. The OSS was disbanded, and Lovell received his final order: destroy all records, burn the blueprints, erase the experiments. Why? Because the Cold War was beginning. And the U.S. government didn't want Soviet spies to learn how American sabotage worked. So Lovell did as he was told. He fed decades of genius into a furnace. He watched his life's work turn to ash. He returned to private life, wrote a memoir in 1963 of spies and stratagems, but downplayed his role. He called himself just a chemist who helped. When he died in 1999, at age 103, his obituary was brief. No state honors, no museum exhibits, just a quiet end to a quiet life. Meanwhile, James Bond became a legend. Q became a household name, but the real man who inspired them, forgotten. This isn't just about one man. It's about how we remember war. We celebrate soldiers with medals, generals with statues, but the quiet minds behind the scenes, they vanish. Lovell's story is a paradox. He used science to deceive so that truth could survive. He erased his name so that freedom could win, and yet his legacy lives in every spy film, in every escape story, in every agent who walked free because of a map in a button. So next time you watch a spy movie or see a gadget that seems too clever to be real, remember the man who made it possible. Remember Stanley P. Lovell, the chemist who turned science into salvation and asked for nothing in return. Because history forgets the quiet ones. But we don't have to. If this story moved you, share it, so his name lives on